Unless you're the bravest person on Earth, you're probably scared of sharks. Even though you're unlikely to encounter one in your day-to-day life, it makes sense to be scared of them. But there are some that are so scary they make regular sharks look as wholesome as kittens. With that in mind, here are 15 sharks you won't believe actually exist. Number 15. Old Hitler. For decades in Florida, the legendary hammerhead shark Old Hitler has been the subject of fishing legends up and down the Gulf of Mexico. Depending on the source, the famous hammerhead shark had a head as wide as a truck and was longer than most of the fishing boats it swam around. Big enough to swallow other sharks in a single bite and strong enough to drag a jeep from the shoreline by its bumper-mounted winch. And although tales of massive hammerheads have been common up and down the coast since the turn of the 20th century, it wasn't until World War II that those tales took on near-mythical proportions. Apparently, there was a swastika-shaped scar on its forehead, a result of either a propeller scar or the carvings of some wayward local youth. It was just one of many battle scars that covered its dark brown skin. For as long as fishermen have set their lines in the Gulf, encounters with those massive hammerheads have been common. In 1905, while turtle fishing off the coast of the Everglades, Captain Charlie Thompson hauled in a 20-foot hammerhead weighing 2,169 pounds. Tackle shops that nobody talked. Everybody says they've seen the Old Hitler. Number 14. Viper dogfish. Now we're entering some strange territory. Viper dogfish are dynamite deep-sea dwellers found about 1,000 feet below the surface, but it's possible that they may venture even deeper than this. When you look like this, you go wherever you want. The elusive creatures were only first discovered in 1986, and conservationists list the viper dogfish as data deficient, because so little is known about their populations. So here's what we do know. The inky shark is known for its set of extendable, glassy jaws lined with crooked, nail-like teeth. You probably won't go swimming with a viper dogfish, but don't let the dogfish's menacing grin fool you. These sharks rarely exceed 18 inches nose to tail. Scary looking? Big? No. Viper dogfish have only been found in waters off the coasts of Japan, Taiwan, and Hawaii, and they're hard to catch. Their small, narrow bodies may help them evade mesh fishing nets. Of the 5 that were caught, one was reportedly still alive when it was pulled from the water. Researchers submerged it and hoped to keep it alive to study it further, but it didn't make it, unfortunately. Number 13. Deep blue. Deep blue is the largest great white shark ever caught on camera, 20 feet long, 8 feet high, and weighs 2.5 tons. With razor-sharp teeth and huge fins, deep blue was initially identified in the 1990s. However, images and footage of the largest great white shark on record were only captured for the first time in 2013. Mauricio Padilla, a shark specialist, was conducting research with his team when he found deep blue swimming around the boat. "It's the biggest female I've ever seen in my life," stated Padilla. "Deep blue was very calm and just doing circles around us. That's when we realized how big she was." Padilla ended up having a close interaction with the queen of the ocean and high-fived her. Deep blue is frequently spotted in predictable spots year after year. Great white sharks are very curious and will often poke their heads out of the water or follow boats just to see what's happening, a behavior called spy hopping. In nature, this is an important behavior for a great white to master, as it allows it to spot its prey, like seals that spend time on land, and its predators, like orcas, which need to come to the surface to breathe. Number 12. Volcano-dwelling shark. Sharks and volcanoes? These sharks are wild and a little weird. Several species of shark, ranging from reef sharks, hammerheads, and scalloped hammerheads, make regular appearances in one of the world's most active submarine volcanoes. The shocking discovery was made in 2015 at the Solomon Islands Camouflage volcano, and of course, scientists have since dubbed the marine volcano Sharkano. When researchers first sent underwater cameras into the volcano's crater, they expected to find only barren, lifeless water, certainly not the shadowy forms of sharks gliding through the haze. Footage revealed the sharks swimming calmly through clouds of superheated, acidic water, seemingly unfazed by the harsh conditions. Some scientists speculate that the sharks use the volcano's murky waters as a refuge from larger predators, or as a hunting ground for prey stunned by eruptions. The idea that these animals could sense and avoid eruptions, perhaps by detecting subtle changes in water chemistry or pressure, has sparked a wave of new research. Local fishermen have their own stories, claiming to see sharks leaping from the water whenever the volcano rumbles. The discovery has inspired a new generation of marine biologists, eager to solve the riddle of the volcano-dwelling sharks. Even the most seasoned researchers admit that every new dive into Sharkano brings a sense of adventure and unpredictability. Scientists were shocked to find not just life but large carnivores circling its turbulent base. An ocean engineer close to the unusual discovery said, "The idea of there being large animals like sharks hanging out and living inside this volcano conflicts with what we know about the Camouflage volcano, which is that it erupts. Exactly why sharks inhabit this volcano remains one of the world's enduring marine mysteries. Scientists believe the sharks must have mutations that let them thrive in this harsh environment. Interesting, right? And where's the film version of this story? Like Sharknado, a movie with sharks and volcanoes. Grab some popcorn and some drinks, 'cause that's a perfect night in. Number 11. El Monstruo. Cuba is known for many things, and giant shark hangout can be added to that list. Ever since a great white called El Monstruo, or the Monster, was found off the coast in 1945. As legend has it, 6 fishermen set out to catch whatever was eating their fish, and when they found it, the culprit clocked in at 21 feet and 7,000 pounds. However, the fishermen likely embellished their story. The tale of El Monstruo quickly spread through the fishing villages, with children daring each other to swim where the beast was caught. Some locals claimed the shark's jaws were so wide, a grown man could stand inside them without touching the sides. Old-timers still recall the day the shark was hauled ashore, the entire town turning out to witness the spectacle. For weeks afterward, people traveled from distant provinces just to see the remains, snapping photos and swapping stories about the monster from the deep. The fishermen who caught El Monstruo became local legends themselves, their names whispered with a mix of awe and envy. Some say the shark's teeth were distributed as lucky charms, passed down through generations. Even today, the story is retold in Cuban bars and seaside markets, growing a little larger with each telling. Nevertheless, a photo taken after El Monstruo's capture shows several people sitting on top of its body, which shows its massive girth. Now, however, experts have been able to verify the tale, even speaking with an elderly man who touched the animal when he was a child. Observing images of the giant shark, the man was able to identify himself as a youngster sitting upon El Monstruo's head, while crowds gathered around. The great white is at the top of the food chain and has few threats in the ocean. Only orcas and larger sharks can pose a risk. The only other risk to the great white shark is human interaction. They're sometimes caught by accident in fishing nets or intentionally sought out by sport fishermen. But good luck catching these monsters. Now it's time for today's topic. In a shocking turn of events, leaked images from a classified video have surfaced, showing what many believe to be a living megalodon, a prehistoric shark thought to have been extinct for millions of years. The footage, reportedly captured by sailors during a routine patrol in the South Pacific, was never meant to be seen by the public. However, a few stills from the video have made their way online, sparking global intrigue and fear. The images show a massive shark breaching the surface, its size dwarfing anything in the surrounding waters. Its jaws, lined with rows of razor-sharp teeth, appear to engulf a large seal in a single bite. What's most unsettling is the shark's unique features, its sheer size, unusual scars, and a dorsal fin that towers above the water, leading experts to believe this is no ordinary great white. Sources close to the incident claim the video was classified due to its potential to cause public panic. Marine biologists are divided, with some suggesting it could be a previously undiscovered species, while others argue it might be a surviving megalodon. For now, the leaked images have left the world questioning what else might be lurking in the uncharted depths of our oceans. Number 10. Glow-in-the-dark pocket shark. Researchers found a new species of pocket shark that possibly glows in the dark. In the history of fishery science, only 2 pocket sharks have ever been captured or reported, said a biologist. What makes this discovery so cool is this very little shark has numerous light-producing organs, or photophores, covering much of its body, which helps the shark luminesce in the deep sea. Imagine a creature no longer than a candy bar, pulsing with its own mysterious light as it drifts through the pitch-black ocean. Scientists speculate that the glow might help the pocket shark sneak up on prey or hide from predators by blending in with faint sunlight above. When researchers first examined the specimen, they were stunned by the intricate patterns of photophores, almost like constellations mapped across its skin. The discovery sparked a flurry of excitement in the marine biology community, with teams racing to remote ocean regions in hopes of finding another. Some even joked about starting a pocket shark fan club, sharing sketches and theories late into the night. The deep sea, it seems, still holds plenty of secrets, and the pocket shark is one of its most charming mysteries. Now, it may be small enough to fit in your pocket, but that's not how it got its name. The pocket shark gets its common name from a small pocket gland that's found behind each pectoral fin, on either side of the shark. The purpose of this gland is still unknown, as not enough specimens have been found to investigate the matter. The closest suggestion for the purpose of this gland is to act as a luminous pouch. In the history of fishery science, only 2 pocket sharks have ever been captured or reported. Both are separate species, each from separate oceans. Both are exceedingly rare. The first pocket shark ever discovered was found off the coast of Chile in 1979. Number 9. Kamaka'i the tiger shark. Usually, when people get bit by a shark, it's this species. The tiger shark, the world's second most deadly species of shark, is getting bigger and stronger, a marine biologist has revealed, and there's an abundance of smaller species for the deadly tiger shark to eat. Meet Camouflage, believed to be the biggest ever recorded, an 18-foot-long one. This giant submarine of a shark came along and made the other ones look like little chihuahuas. Divers who have encountered Camouflage describe the experience as both terrifying and awe-inspiring, with the shark's massive shadow blotting out the sun as it glides overhead. One researcher recalled how Camouflage circled their boat for nearly an hour, curious but calm, her striped flanks shimmering in the blue. Local fishermen whisper stories of her stealing entire catches from their lines, vanishing with a flick of her enormous tail. Underwater photographers travel from around the world hoping to catch a glimpse of her, but only a lucky few have succeeded. Some say Camouflage has a distinctive scar on her dorsal fin, a mark from a run-in with a rival shark years ago. The legend of Camouflage has grown so much that she's become a symbol of both fear and fascination in the local community. Even seasoned shark experts admit their hearts race when she appears, knowing they're in the presence of a true ocean giant. Tiger sharks swim up to 60 miles a day, so finding them can be like a needle in a haystack. Getting close to an animal like this is very special. Tiger sharks normally reach about 12 feet long, but as you can see by Camouflage, they can get big. Tiger sharks have broad diets. They eat everything from albatrosses, venomous sea snakes, and other sharks to man-made objects like paint cans, leather jackets, rubber tires, and even license plates. That scene in Jaws where Hooper pulls a Louisiana plate from the stomach of a dead tiger shark? Scientifically accurate, but better the license plate than a person. Would you swim with a tiger shark? Number 8. Megamouth shark. The megamouth shark was first discovered in 1976 by a U.S. Navy research vessel operating around Hawaii. Dubbed the megamouth shark due to its gaping mouth and huge jaw, on an individual approximately 16 feet in length, the mouth is 4 feet across. You could actually swim into it. When a megamouth is caught or spotted, it often makes headlines because of its bizarre, almost cartoonish appearance. Its lips are thick and rubbery, giving it a perpetual pout that sets it apart from any other shark. Scientists are fascinated by the glowing photophores lining its mouth, which may help lure plankton and small prey in the dark depths. Despite its size, the megamouth moves slowly and gracefully, drifting through the water like a gentle giant. Some researchers have managed to tag a few individuals, tracking their mysterious vertical migrations from deep water at night to shallower depths during the day. The rarity of sightings has made the megamouth a legend among shark enthusiasts, with every new encounter adding to its mystique. Many divers dream of seeing one in the wild, but only a lucky handful ever have the chance. The megamouth shark is a large species, reaching weights of 2,700 pounds. However, it's the smallest of the 3 species of filter-feeding sharks, behind the whale shark and the basking shark. This species has only been observed in the wild a few times, and fewer than 60 individuals are known by scientists to ever be captured or observed. The megamouth, believed to be diurnal, meaning the creature mostly operates during the day, regularly alternates between the shallow and deep waters of mostly Taiwan and Japan, but has also been observed traveling from the Atlantic Ocean right through to the Pacific and Indian Oceans. But their preference remains a mystery. But they won't bite. They eat plankton and other microscopic delights. Number 7. Basking shark. The very unique basking shark is the second largest living shark after the whale shark. Adults typically reach 26 feet in length but have very small brains, about 3 inches, which have evolved due to the lack of requirement for hunting and limited energy from their diet. These sharks have all the chill. Despite their enormous size, basking sharks are gentle giants, gliding through the water with their mouths wide open to filter plankton. Their gaping mouths can stretch over 3 feet across, creating an unforgettable sight for divers and boaters lucky enough to encounter them. Sometimes, groups of basking sharks will swim together in slow-moving circles, a behavior scientists call a shark train, though no one is quite sure why they do it. Their skin is rough and covered in tiny denticles, giving them a sandpaper-like texture if touched. Basking sharks are often mistaken for great whites from above, but their docile nature and massive gills set them apart. In some coastal communities, spotting a basking shark is considered a sign of good luck for fishermen. These peaceful filter feeders have inspired awe and curiosity for centuries, appearing in old sailors' tales and modern documentaries alike. In 2015, a 20-foot-long, 7,000-pound basking shark was caught accidentally by a fishing trawler in the Bass Strait in southeast Australia, the first basking shark caught in the region since the 1930s and only the third reported in the region in 160 years. The whole shark was donated to scientists for research instead of the fins being sold for use in shark fin soup. And yeah, that's a thing. Shark fin soup, anyone. A surprising skill of the slow-moving basking shark is its ability to breach, like its relatives the great white shark and the mako shark. Basking sharks can leap in the air. They are thought to breach for a number of reasons, to rid themselves of parasites and during mating season. Number 6. Blunt-nosed sixgill shark. The blunt-nosed sixgill sharks are primitive sharks, and of course they're big. They have 6 pairs of long gill slits on each side of their broad head, comb-like yellow lower teeth, and a long tail. The biology and habits of this species are not well known because of its deep water lifestyle, although the species has been observed from research submersibles off Bermuda and California. Some divers have described the thrill of seeing a sixgill shark emerge from the darkness, its massive form gliding silently through the water like a prehistoric shadow. These sharks can grow to over 16 feet in length, making them one of the largest predatory sharks in the world today. Their lineage dates back over 200 million years, earning them the nickname living fossils among marine biologists. Occasionally, sixgill sharks are caught on deep-sea cameras scavenging on whale carcasses, their powerful jaws tearing through tough flesh with ease. Despite their size, they are rarely seen by humans, adding to their mysterious reputation. Scientists are eager to learn more about their migration routes, which may span entire ocean basins. There are even reports of sixgill sharks venturing into surprisingly shallow waters at night, only to disappear into the depths by dawn. Although it is a fierce hunter, it still has to stay aware of its own predators. Potential threats include the stellar sea lion, killer whale, and, of course, the great white shark. However, blunt-nosed sixgill sharks are strong predators. Adults are very sensitive to and become distressed by light exposure. Thus, they spend their day in the dark depths and forage closer to the surface mainly at night. They're generalists, feeding on a great variety of prey that are likely ambushed at close range. The diet includes other sharks, skates and rays, many kinds of large bony fish, and invertebrates including squid, crabs, sea cucumbers, and shrimp, so this shark eats whatever it wants. Number 5. Ornate Wobbegong. The ornate wobbegong is a distinctively colored bottom-dwelling species that occurs on inshore reefs and near offshore islands, recognized by its body shape and coloration. Hard to miss, given this species' color. It's the perfect camouflage among the reefs, sheltering it from predators. The ornate wobbegong shark is nocturnal, resting on the bottom during the day and prowling on its reef habitat at night. With their intricate patterns and fringed lobes around the mouth, they blend so well with the ocean floor that unsuspecting prey often swims right over them. Divers sometimes mistake them for pieces of coral or seaweed until the shark suddenly moves. Their ambush hunting style is legendary. They wait motionless for hours, then strike with lightning speed when a fish or crustacean comes too close. Some underwater photographers have captured stunning images of ornate wobbegongs yawning, revealing rows of sharp teeth hidden beneath their decorative exterior. Despite their laid-back appearance, they can deliver a surprisingly strong bite if provoked. Local legends in Australia tell of wobbegongs that have lived in the same reef crevice for years, becoming almost like mysterious guardians of their territory. Scientists are fascinated by their sight fidelity and the way they return to the same hiding spots season after season. Found at depths of 0 to 200 feet, the ornate wobbegong shark presumably feeds on bottom invertebrates and fish. Where to find them? They're endemic to Australia and surrounding regions, but they're devoted home buddies. An individual was spotted in the same region, an area less than a third of a square mile, for more than 200 days. And they have an incredibly unique way of giving birth. Ornate wobbegongs have an ovoviviparous reproductive strategy, a combination of laying eggs and live birth. They have between 4 and 18 pups at a time, each approximately 7 inches long at birth. And fortunately, these precious sharks are in danger from humans, and vice versa. Number 4. The Greenland shark. Yes, no shark list is complete without this super shark, and they deserve an award. Greenland sharks are now the longest-living vertebrates known on Earth. Scientists estimated that one was about 400 years old. Now that's old. Native to the North Atlantic and Arctic waters around Greenland, Canada, and Iceland, species that live there can grow to enormous sizes, and Greenland sharks can too, reaching over 22 feet in length and weighing over a ton easily. These ancient giants often bear the scars of their long lives, with some even found blind due to parasitic copepods that attach to their eyes. Despite their poor eyesight, they rely on an incredible sense of smell to navigate the icy depths and locate food. There are tales of Greenland sharks feasting on everything from fish and seals to the occasional reindeer or even horse carcass that falls into the sea. Their flesh is toxic when fresh, containing high levels of trimethylamine N-oxide, but in some cultures, it is fermented and eaten as a delicacy called hakarl. Divers who have encountered Greenland sharks describe them as eerily calm, gliding silently through the frigid water like ancient submarines. Because of their slow metabolism, they can go months without eating, making every meal count. Scientists are still unraveling the secrets of their remarkable longevity, hoping to learn what allows these sharks to live for centuries. While known to be scavengers, they're also opportunistic predators and will ambush prey. But to conserve energy, they tend to take a craftier approach, sneaking up on prey while they sleep. Yet speed is not their forte. Greenland sharks are slow. Conserving energy is vital to the shark's survival. Cruising at around just 1 foot per second, Greenland sharks are the slowest sharks in the world. So if you run into a Greenland shark, swim fast, very, very fast, because you'll actually escape this shark if you try. Number 3. Goblin shark. There's still a lot of mystery surrounding the life of these terrifying animals, the spooky goblin shark. But we do know where they live. The goblin shark has been known to lurk between 100 and 5,000 feet below the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. Its scary look starts with unusual coloring, from pinkish to purplish gray with bright blue around its fins. The creature's muscles are flabby, its skeleton is mushy, and its weird skin is thin and transparent. Definitely a face only a mother could love. Some scientists have called the goblin shark a living fossil because its lineage dates back over 125 million years. Rare footage of goblin sharks in the wild shows them moving with an almost alien grace, drifting through the darkness like something out of a science fiction movie. Their long, flattened snouts are packed with sensory organs, helping them detect the faintest movements of prey in the pitch-black depths. Occasionally, fishermen accidentally haul up a goblin shark, and the bizarre creature always causes a stir at the docks. Despite their fearsome appearance, goblin sharks are not considered dangerous to humans, mostly because encounters are so rare. Researchers are eager to learn more about their reproductive habits, but so far, very little is known. Every new sighting adds to the legend of this deep-sea enigma. So, the goblin shark likely hunts its prey by sensing electric fields. Crazy, right? But the strangest feature of this monster is its jaw. It can be extended to the length of its snout to help ambush fish, squids, and crustaceans. The goblin shark's jaws shoot out, racing forward at a whopping 10 feet per second, faster than any other shark. In fact, it's faster than most cobra snakes. Faster than you can shout, "Boo!" At maximum extension, the jaws make up almost 10% of the shark's entire body length. That's a huge chomp from a shark that grows to be over 10 feet long. Number 2. Prickly shark. Now, what about this weird animal? The prickly shark is a rarely seen shark native to the waters around New Zealand, Hawaii, and the Philippines. This stocky, moderate-sized shark has 2 small dorsal fins located far back on its body and no anal fin. It gets its name from the defense covering of small, thorn-like dermal denticles on its body. In fact, it's very abrasive to the touch, much more so than most other sharks. The prickly shark is nocturnal, resting during the day and migrating to shallower waters at dusk. Despite their tough appearance, prickly sharks are surprisingly shy and tend to avoid human contact whenever possible. Some deep-sea explorers have described the eerie sight of a prickly shark gliding just above the ocean floor, its rough skin catching the light like sandpaper. Their movements are slow and deliberate, making them seem almost ancient as they patrol their territory. Occasionally, underwater cameras have captured footage of prickly sharks feeding on squid or scavenging for scraps left by other predators. Scientists are fascinated by their ability to survive in low-oxygen environments, a trait that sets them apart from many other shark species. There are even tales of prickly sharks being found at unexpected depths, far deeper than researchers once believed possible. Each new discovery about this elusive shark adds another layer to its mysterious reputation. This shark is tolerant of lower dissolved oxygen levels, so it can enter waters generally inaccessible to other sharks. Studies on one pregnant female show a litter of up to 114 young, hinting it has one of the largest litters among all shark species. That's a lot of baby sharks. And even with these unique talents, it's of little to no economic value commercially, as its meat is considered too soft. But it's often caught as bycatch by deep-water fisheries. Oops. For now, conservationists list the species as near-threatened, although continuous intrusion by deep-water fishing could place it in a more risky category soon. Is the prickly shark so-called because its skin is strangely rough? Number 1. Sharp-nosed Sevengill shark. The sharp-nosed Sevengill shark is a relatively uncommon species of cow shark found in deep water all over the world. It may be common, but it's definitely a shark to pay attention to. This species is thought to be more common on outer shelves, slopes, and around seamounts, uprisings in the ocean bed that don't quite reach the water surface. The effect of these raised marine landscapes on currents seems to be increased local food richness, causing the attraction of plankton, fish, and other organisms. Incredibly, sharp-nosed Sevengill sharks have been spotted by deep-sea submersibles gliding silently through the shadows, their slender bodies almost ghost-like in the dim light. Some divers have reported seeing them dart in and out of rocky crevices, vanishing as quickly as they appear. Unlike many sharks, they seem to prefer solitude, rarely gathering in large groups except during certain mysterious times of the year. Researchers are still trying to understand their migration patterns, which can span hundreds of miles across the ocean floor. Their diet is surprisingly varied, including squid, small fish, and even the occasional crustacean. There are stories from fishermen who have accidentally caught them, only to be startled by their fierce thrashing and powerful jaws. Despite their elusive nature, every encounter with a sharp-nosed Sevengill shark leaves a lasting impression on those lucky enough to witness one. Thus, these areas tend to support increased fishing activity. Sharp-nosed Sevengill sharks are not considered to be a threat to humans. Of course, they're strong fish with sharp teeth, so that doesn't mean they're docile. They've been kept in captivity in Japan but are known to be very aggressive. Sharp-nosed Sevengill sharks may be confused with broad-nosed Sevengill sharks, though broad-noses are usually much larger. Still, there's no confusion about wanting to bump into these strange sharks. Which of these 15 unbelievable sharks fascinates you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.